YouTube a lot. They pay attention, they follow through. It's great. TikTok, it's like crazy. Yeah. They scroll so much. There's so many phony coaches, right? They talk about what rich people really do. That's 2.2 billion. Okay. But I'm not rich. Corporations might be rich. That's how it plays the game. So good morning, everybody. What do we get to do? We get to play the game to win. See, I want you to understand something today. As we play this game, we're going to win the game of business because that's what we get to do as we're going to follow through. The ultimate goal. What does that mean for every one of us? We have to understand exactly what we're trying to do and what the concept is. So we get to play the game and win. Okay? So let's understand again and again and again. So the ultimate goal for all of us is to understand what we're trying to accomplish in the goal. All I know is this coming Saturday, my class on real estate, I need you to be prepared. Foundation. What does that mean? You have to understand, I'm going to teach you how to get to billionaire status, billionaire. But again, I'm going to say, here's billionaire. Let's get to millionaire. Here's 100,000. We're going to build that blueprint. And that's what the ultimate goal is. Building the blueprint every step of the way. So understand, what I want you to do is listen and learn as we look at the SSN. And that's the ultimate goal. All we understand is how we play this game to win. All right, basically, what are we going to do? Wrong side. All right, all right. Nick said they changed something. So I'm trying to figure out how to not say something backwards. Okay, so that's the way it is. Okay, there it is. I found the right button. Okay, now, please, good morning, good morning. Here we got all these people. Here we have Image. We have Troy. Okay, we have basically Linda. We have Susie and all these people. Understand something, please. I'd like you to take 10 minutes this morning and give it to me. I want you to pay attention. I want you to understand exactly what we can do. And I'm going to guarantee in writing, I'm Ray Reynolds, the godfather of credit. I built $60 billion of credit for my clients over the years. I've incorporated 3 presidents in the United States of America, Lakers, Clippers, and Dodgers, and Angels as well. So if you listen very carefully, I will guarantee you that you can get to the 100,000 month mark if you choose to. What happens right now, you're taking your money, all right, you're starting your business. That's all, I give you that. But you're using taxable money to start that business and run it. I don't want you to do that anymore. I'd like you to learn about corporate credit. In 1987, all right, basically simple, I set up the credit reports, literally that allowed us to do what? Okay, tax ID for Experian, Trendro, and Equifax. But way before then, I was consulted for TRW. So I'd like you to write down TRW. All right, it was stood for Warridge. All right, basically Thomas Warridge. And what happens? They made bicycle parts. Sorry, once in a while I stutter. I have a problem. I have an IQ off the chart. I write with both hands at the same time, and I have recall. And sometimes I will stutter. It's embarrassing and it pisses me off, but that's just the way God made me. Today we're going to talk about God, family, then I'm going to get to Timea, if you allow me to. So TOW, Thomas, Ramo, and Woolridge. That's what it was. They had bicycle parts in El Segundo, California. Then they got information business, information. When I became a consultant for TOW, this is in 1977, a long time ago. All these consultants in the room, they had some questions. And they asked some questions, and basically no one spoke up. I'm a kind of person I will get in somebody's and speak up all the time. I've been studying a lot of accounting since I could practically walk. And we'll get into that as well by me. Because at the end of the day, all you want is a bunch of this. That's what you want, but it's not even money. This has not been money since, all right, Nixon took the gold standard out in August in 71. Not been money. Any bill in your pocket or purse or wallet, look at it, it says Federal Reserve note, what it is. So again, the ultimate goal is I'm going to show you exactly, and then I'm going to send you a mouse pad for free, and I'll spend my $10 for every one of you who pay attention, because I'm going to change your life if you allow me to. If you allow me to, but it's going to be up to you. We're going to get 150,000 line of credit. We're going to do that at the bank. We're going to finance the business, not steal from the family. Because stealing family is the dumbest thing you did in your life. You're not dumb. Men, you brought the pain home 10 times. Ladies, you probably did it 4 times. That statistic says so. Good morning, Mindy. How are we doing today? All right, good morning, everyone else. So understand, we're going to build foundation to build dream. The ultimate goal, what we're trying to do. So we wrote down SSM. Prior to SSN, you should write down SS5, by the way. You see, what's happened is the day you were born, okay, depends what year it was when Nixon took the gold standard out. What happens? Mommy at the hospital signed a form. Mommy signed an SS5 form. It's in basically the link if you want to copy it. Thank you, Mindy. I love that stuff as well. So what happens? I've been now on TikTok 30 weeks. I've had to get used to it. I'm sorry because I don't like the scrolling and I don't like all the phony clowns, okay? Oh, I'm sorry. They're supposed to be coaches, okay? I want to teach you all the rules and tools and get to the main. I'm going to basically even hand you this and line up your credit for you. So if you do what you're told to do, like Mindy, okay, what do? We got her cards because all she had is no credit in the first place. She had authorized user, and then she got 60,000, all right, on American Express for her business as a platinum card. Then I got her 14,000 personal from a Chase. So we're going to position this. The goal would be every one of you to have $100,000 of personal credit, 100,000. But the goal is to make sure if you're married, understand something. We're not taking the money from the family to basically run the business. That's called dumb, da, da, dumb, dumb. We're not dumb. So what you're going to focus is on your credit today is understand that every card needs a sticky. We're going to put a sticky behind the card. I developed this system. I'm the consultant for TRW 77. Good morning, Kirsty. How are you doing today? Love that too as well. I get all these people to help to be moderators and all kinds of things to help me because heck, TikTok's 30 weeks. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm learning to play. I think I have 76,000 followers. I'm trying to get to 100,000 because I get told I get a cookie. I want the cookie. All right. Basically, what happens? Sticky behind card. We're going to write down 29%. See, 29% is what I told them, in my opinion, we should do in 1977. It was the oldest credit card, and it was basically 29%. So please write that down. Please, if you're a credit repair company, quit saying 30. 30 has never been the choice. 30 is actually in the yellow. Any dashboard you look at, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. Now, for everyone, if you get a copy of this, it's in the link tree. This is basically the HR 99991. So understand, I mean, credit repair companies must be licensed and bonded and registered to the Attorney General's office. If not, they're fraud. Sorry. Just make sure you're doing it legitimately. Everyone here can actually remove the process of bad credit if they choose to because of the Fair Lending Act. Also because of mommy. It's mommy's response, the way it works. Come on. Let's understand something. It's kind of fun. If we look at the basic of the SS5 form, mommy was at the hospital. She filled out the form because she had to get released from the hospital for her and her baby. That's you, the baby. What happens very simple. From there, mommy basically got the baby in the stroller, in the car seat, and went home. No, what happened? No problem. There's mommy. Now, what mommy did when you were 14 to probably 18 years old, mommy handed you an SSN. She handed you the card right there. Now, if you look at the card today, I want you to understand the foundation of this. I'm going to need you to be ready for Saturday's class. We're going to teach people how to get to $1 million in real estate. I'm also the coach basically Carlton Sheets people. Dave Delgado and Russ Dobby. I was coaching the coaches, by the way. So I've been doing this for 50 plus years, studying law and accounting. So TRW became a Aspiring 96. So we put the back of the card, we put stickies of 29%. This is a 10. This is basically a 50. Okay, what happens? Very simple. If I use this 10 or 50 past 29%, my score will drop. Now understand, if everything, listen very carefully, numbers never lie when people do. If I have 29% of utilization, all right, on all my cards within 46 days, you can obtain 750 score. If you want an 800 plus, you have to have a 10% utilization. 10%. I wrote the rules and tools in 77. Now remember, all cards fluctuate. So basically, I don't want you to take it past 29%, which most of you do. I want you to realize these cards don't fluctuate. So we're going to think about focusing on the American Express, gold, and platinum cards, personal cards. Here's my personal cards, okay? So this means one thing. My score will never drop because I basically don't jack up the wrong cards. I would jack up these instead. I lost my job. What's my first thing is increase all my credit limits on dashboards and call. I have to buy time, money, and credit. If I run out of time, run out of money, and have no credit, I'm going to back my family in a corner. That's called dumb, da, da, dumb, dumb. Okay, got it? So if we do this correctly, what's going to happen is very simple. This is my cards. This is my wife's cards. We do not have joint credit. That's only for dumb people. We're not done, neither are you. So joint credit is out of the question. What we're going to do now? Understand, we have some problems. We have a client, and we're going to talk about Susie and Peter. All right, in a minute or two. Okay, Susie and Peter got sued yesterday. All right, what happens if you get sued? What are you going to do? I'm going to give you the defense how to not be sued and screwed up. Now, they didn't get a hold of me yet until after they got the lawsuit, and they've been watching me on TikTok. No problem. All right, they were told by their attorney and that guy that's on TikTok with the cowboy hat being howdy doody that an LLC protects them. Well, the LLC was sued yesterday, and in the lawsuit, it named them. Why? Because it has no choice. An LLC, all right, let's write it down. I'm going to give you the 6 categories as we compare personal and business at the same time. So we're going to write down LLC. An LLC is a limited liability company. There are 9 types of LLCs. So write that down. I want to know what type you have as you do this. How do I get my lost SS number? Well, there's a way you can go search administration. You can basically go and then file a form and go online as well. So we can help you do that as well. So let's go back to LLC. I'm going to want you to write down 6 categories. It's an LLC, again, limited liability company. It's not a corporation. It is fed off social, basically what is called basically the social security number and sole proprietor. Sole proprietor became an LLC, by the way, if you don't know that. So what happens? They have a 15.3% unemployment tax problem. You have an LLP. Write that down as well. You have a C corp. You have an S corp. Okay. You have maybe a nonprofit piece or a PC. So here we have 6 categories. We're going to break it down. I'm going to get you to millionaire status if you allow me to, and I'll guarantee it. I, Ray Reynolds, would guarantee it in writing for you if you do exactly what I asked you to do. I've done this for 39 million people, and then what's called the Puppet Master Club. As you'll see, basically, someone says they're sole proprietor. So proprietor, you're going to file a form called a statement of abandonment. You're going to turn that into a division. You're not listening to attorneys that say just start a corp. No, no, no. We're going to carry the history from you to that. Good morning, Ronnie. How you doing today? Good morning. Always good. Thank you, Jesus. That's just me. Always good, always good. So, and what you have to understand. So if we have an organization, whatever category I just mentioned you have, that's no problem. Your company is going to do a problem. When you take an LLC, LLP, C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit, PC, and you run a business, what happens if something goes wrong? They sue that. They sue you. And what happened yesterday is Susie and Peter got sued. Their LLC did not protect them. They were told by Howdy Doody and their attorney it would. It does not. You see, you're on the bank account. All right, you're the one who signed for the building, the lease, and all the pieces. And the LLC does that. LLP, CS, Corp, nonprofit, PC. Because what happens is the corporation from there. Remember, you filed at state level. Let's write down this down. State level, we filed that entity. That entity should have a division. The division is the line of defense. To protect Susie and Peter, I would have to have done things prior to the lawsuit. You see, once they serve you, you can't hide assets and move things around because they're going to basically tell you one thing, that what you did is wrong. All right. Morning, Ray, aka is the truth. Well, that's just fine. Thank you, Jimmy. What happens is very simple. See, that 30% of the people here know me for over years, and I help them get to million and billion status all the time because they know I'm not full of doo-doo. So let's go back to history a little bit to let you know. I invented Car Finder. I was 12 and a half years old, by the way. I actually took a skateboard also with a Singer sewing machine motor, put on a skateboard with extension cords. I was 8 years old when I did that. I wrote this at basically 14 years old. It's called Winning the Game of Business. I put it in the public eye at 16. I created my first million at 15. I created my first $1 billion structure at 21 years old. I will show you all the goodies. That's 2.2 billion right there. I'll show you every goodie, every one in your life because you'll find out I'm not full of doo-doo. One of the mansions in the $2.2 billion collection. All right, every car was a division. Every basically yacht and race boat is a division as well. So again, we're going to separate liability, and that's the goal. If you listen and learn, I'll guarantee we get you there. But the reality is what most happens. Most men here, you've actually took your money to start the business, and then to run it, you're taking taxable paycheck, which is wrong. We're going to stop that right away. Men have done it 10 times, and that's premium paying them. Ladies, you've done it 4 times. This is a corporation being a legal person. This is federal law, state law. Supreme Court deemed this to be true. They deemed this to be true, called we the people, our constitutional right. Can I get some time with you? I will actually basically, Richard, it's very simple. You can basically schedule what's called a blueprint call. If we do a blueprint call, you and I will be on the phone for an hour with you and your spouse, your partner of life. I want to rebuild you. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you what to do, and I'm going to tell you how to get to a million to billion, like I did. It's not hard to do. You see, the way that God, and I'm going to tell you flat out, God gave me the brain. I don't take credit for anything. I'm just the vehicle to help you with the true full blueprint. I'm going to package your house, your car, your business, and get you to a million if you do what you're told. If you do what you're told. So what's going to happen is that corporation there is going to have babies. Okay. Now, how many of you have kids? I need you to put the word yes if you have children. You have children, yes or no? Who's got kids? Who's got kids? Come on. Yes, yes, yes. Come on. Thank you, thank you. I love this stuff. Love this stuff. You have kids? Yes. Okay, fantastic. Say yes. Come on. Who have kids? Very simple. What I want you to relate to is you and your family. It is always very simple. It is God. It is family. My wife and I became one 21 years ago. My wife is my queen. She's spoiled. That's the goal because I am the man, I'm the father, and I'm the husband. I sure in the hell don't want to be a husband. Okay, now let's understand. Slow it down for a second. Understand. I'm a man. I have my credit files. Got it so far? My wife, she's a beautiful woman, has her files. Your children have their own credit files. Every child has a file because of what? Because of the way this system works. Let's understand. Your corporation will have entities like this: division, subdivisions. Write it down. Then write down division, subdivision, and then write down 1984. In 1984, I, Ray Reynolds, set up the system to create division process. That was me, basically not having to pay franchise tax fee. We're going to get there. And let's go a little ahead. Let's go back to you and the mommy and the baby. This is you. Mommy basically what? Took you home. You're the baby in the stroller. You grew up. You have credit files. Then your kids have credit files. Then they have babies and babies and babies. So again, what is it? We have credit files. When we look at this, it's very simple. Take the time and get a copy of the SS5 form, please. It is in the link tree. There's a copy right there in the link tree for you, and you can understand how to connect your dots. I'm going to help you build your foundation. I'm going to help you get to million to billion if you allow me to do this. The SS5 form is right there. All right, you or mommy filled it out. It's the application for the Social Security card right here. Now, you can change your name today if you wanted to. You can go to court and say, I have identity theft, whatever you might have. If you did that, if you have true identity theft, you could start a new credit file today. It's an alternative file, but understand, you're still responsible for your debts. Do not think you're going to rip off your creditors. It's like credit repair companies. If they remove your debt, you're still responsible. If it goes away, that's okay. But again, when they do a title search and you buy a house or buy something, they're going to find all that stuff again unless you paid your bill and solved your problem. So understand, be very careful, all right, about credit repair. This will be your future, by the way. Take a picture. Take a picture. There's your future. Okay, I'm going to give you a mouse pad. I'm going to spend my $10 for you. I want you to take a picture of your future and then rebuild your foundation to get you where you need to go. I'm going to answer every question you have. Take advantage of this, what God gave me. I have recalled and studied law and accounting, all right, since I can practically walk. So take advantage and ask every question you have, because I will guarantee you, if you want, I'll save your life and I'll teach you how to do it. Sarah, fantastic. You spelled with an H like my daughter. That's fantastic. All right, actually, when she was born, that's what I put on her birth certificate. I have 6 kids, 5 girls and a boy, and I have named my children. I've told my beautiful queen I get to name the kids. All right, that was our agreement. I'll give you a baby, but I get to name the kids. She agreed to it, and she let me do it. All right, that's out of respect. I love that respect. There's your future. Now, understand, what you're going to understand today is very simple. How it works. You gave the Social Security card number to the employer. The employers, the W-2, got their cut out of your paycheck. You got the leftover. It kind of sucks. Your paycheck was taxed the moment, all right, they got your first check because you didn't understand how they connect the dots. So here it is again. That card in your personal wallet today, it says do not laminate. You don't use for ID purposes. and do not basically carry with you. You do it anyway, unfortunately. When you got that card, remember that is basically established for you, only to track you, bond you, and give you a tax return. So understand what happens. The IRS bonds us when we're basically get the form. We give it to the employer, W-2 employee. Then we have our 1040 tax return. The IRS is controlling us from the moment we're born, time of birth, and time of we pass. Okay, got it so far? This is what happens. All right, I want you to pay attention today. This is going to give you the ability to understand that form, the ability to change this, right? So SS5 right here. All right, you or mommy filled out the form. SSN 1040 tax return. We are bonded up to 35 million apiece. That's what the government does. Okay. See, I was sucked into a government program when I was 14 years old at T Winkler Junior High in Costa Mesa. Okay. So T Winkler, I was tested 3 times. They couldn't believe I could do things mentally in my head and I could sort things, and they kept just screwing with me. I ended up going to a government program in Orange Coast College at 14 and a half, and never went to high school. That would have been a waste of my damn time. The last time they tested me, I'm in my gym shorts, no shirt, no shoes, no nothing, because they kept thinking I was cheating because I was answering the question. I have an IQ off the friggin' chart. I have recall. I write with both hands and talk at the same time. They never stop. Okay, sorry. From there, what happens is I actually rhyme, and then I actually stutter once in a while too. If you can deal with all that crap, I can get you $1 million corporation. Million, okay? And I can do it like I've done for 39 million people so far. So what happens? Understand, it's very simple. There's your future, but we have to understand something today. You probably have an LLC or an LLP. You're going to put a division. You're going to create a line of defense. Here's our problem with Susie and Peter. Susie and Peter was sued yesterday. Howdy Doody said it would protect them. That's crap. Their attorney said it would protect them. If you file a corporation or LLC at state level, very simple, state level, what happens is now it's public record. From there, they see the officers list and who's on the bank account. So when they got sued yesterday, all right, Susie and Peter got served, and they have 30 days to respond. They call their attorney. Their attorney says, I need a $10,000 retainer. 10,000. I say, what? See, now their life's being screwed up. They've got it so far. What happens is they're going to have 5 to 10,000 to their attorney. That bloodsucker is going to suck all their money, going to size them up and get as much as he can. In law school, we were taught billable seconds and minutes an hour. Got it so far? So what happens is they're going to need the retainer. Now, this is going to put stress on the marriage. Okay? Very simple. Remember, men have failed 10 times because they don't have the money to do it. Women brought the pain home 4 times. They're sued. They have to answer the lawsuit. Now, what they should have done, listen carefully, to prevent losing your assets, let's understand something flat out. What you would do is basically factor UCC1. I want you to basically start listening very carefully. You're going to go to your house today and videotape the whole thing. Write down. This is an assignment for you. You're going to videotape your whole house, every room, and all your furniture and your goodies. Your house has a deed of trust if you're financing it. Your car has a pink slip. Deed of trust finance. Got it so far? A UCC1. Write down UCC1. Type it now, please. I'm bossy, I'm controlling, I'm competitive, and I always win. Got it so far? See, that's 2.2 billion, all right, structure with 1,013 divisions. If you want to get there, true stuff, rallies, follow me, do exactly what I tell you to do. You're going to write down UCC1. A what? UCC1. What should happen is Susie and Peter should have had their house escrow closed. They should have put a homestead. Let's write down homestead. So I want you to protect yourself in case something gets screwed up. A homestead, and then basically irrevocable trust. Now, everything in that house, office, is going to be on a UCC1. Write it down. The UCC1 form, it's in the link tree as well. See, I want you to understand one thing. You have one source to get everything you ever wanted. I don't care if whatever it is. If you want it, it's here or here in the link tree. One source to get everything. I guarantee that. You don't have to go shop around, but it's up to you as well. UCC1, write it down. Entitlement of ownership. Entitlement of ownership. Please write it down. You see, who owns that couch? Who owns that refrigerator? Who owns literally that beautiful dining set your wife loves? Okay, understand. You never want to lose any goodies. I need help with my C Corp. Yes, you do. Okay, David, I'm going to help you with your C Corp. Now, understand, C Corp is double taxed. It's audited all the time. And when we start make money, it actually gets indicted more than any corp. Indicted, okay? So we're going to take the C Corp and analyze you. We're going to see how you're making your money right now. And if you're making money, great. If not, until then, we stay C. We will not change C to an S corporation until we trying to make it scrolling. I mean, screwing up my fat fingers. There it goes. Okay. So understand, I'm going to help you exactly every type of corporation. Saturday, I'm online every morning at 3:15, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know that, 6 days a week. Okay. So basically, it's like right now it is 3:43 in the morning Pacific Standard Time. You're not going to ride it the Rolex, the haircut, the chef, or the wedding and all that crap. Yes, I have one of these that match every shirt. If you don't know that so far, so watch me, and guess what? You'll figure out which one I'm wearing today. But they're not mine. They belong to the irrevocable trust. The car I drove today is not even my car, but I got the keys. See, I'm not dumb enough to put a car in my name because I don't like dumb, da, da, dumb, da. But I'm not saying you're dumb. Again, that's just what it is. So what Susie and Peter should have did is that house was basically they own the house. They should have homesteaded it, right down homestead. Homestead in California is $170,000. So we homestead it so they can't take away that ability from that. I only have an LLC. Keep LLC. Okay, come on. You're gonna stay LLC. Everything you have right now, you keep it till I blueprint you. You keep it till I blueprint you. You got it so far? You and I will be on that phone. Every client I've ever had, I've actually blueprinted and analyzed every one of them. And I have over 50 million people I've done that so far in 50 years. I've been doing this 6 days a week, okay? So understand something. The homestead protection allows 170,000 in California. Then it should have been irrevocable trust. If their house was in the trust, all right, they got sued. Who gives a crap? But they can't take away the house. Got it so far? So understand something. Homestead in California is 170. Now here's the argument with attorneys and CPAs, and I don't really care because I'm going to win the argument. Let's understand something very simple from here. All right, I make husbands and wives file it separate, separate. Okay, 50 million, blah blah blah. Well, I only got the 3.7 billion. Is that good or bad? So again, it's up to you as well. So there's 2.2 billion of goodies and structure. But I did get to 3.7 billion before I died in the damn coma. So what we're going to do is understand what Susie and Peter didn't do. They didn't protect the house. Now, the car you drive today is going to be a division as well. You're going to create division process, and you're going to overprotect yourself. You're going to bulletproof you, and you're going to quit bringing the damn pain home at all. If they sue you, basically you can't screw you up. I'm going to bulletproof every one of you. We're going to do it my way. Again, they did not do this. Their business LLC was sued yesterday. They named them in the lawsuit because the only thing you can name when a parent company is sued is the person. That person, because they didn't have a division, the only thing can file bankruptcy is them and the LLC. If we had a division, write it down. I can create a line of defense. Can you write down line of defense, please? When you watch the banks last year bankrupt 22,000 locations, which they did, that's a branch number. So banks like Bank of America, they bankrupt locations called branch numbers. That means they have separate tax IDs. Separate what? Tax IDs. So again, if we create division process, we will not bring the pain home. Got it so far? Hey, Black Kinfolk, how you doing? Here's a client for 35 years and their family. His parents have been clients for 50. So understand what we do. We're going to create a division under the organization. Peter and Susie didn't. I'm sorry they did not do that. So now I have to figure out how to solve the problem. And I'm telling their attorney and CPA what the hell they do anyway. Because it's wrong. They should have protected the house, the car, and the business should have been a division. The division. I want you to write this down, please. I'm willing to sacrifice the division, not my corporation. Got it so far? What if I can't do or act? What? I don't know what that means, okay? What can I do? Well, listen and learn to pay attention. How's that? Let's protect house, car, company, family. God, family, money. God, family, money. Write it down. I'm going to pray for every one of you that God will basically, please, Father, get them to open their ears, their eyes, their mind, their body, and let's transfer the blueprint you gave me, Father, to them, and they learn to basically protect their family too. In Jesus' name, amen. See, God gave me the full blueprint as a kid. I just like you to listen and learn and protect your assets. Susie and Peter have to think about their house. They're scared to death. They have 3 kids. Not good. Goods are good, but the house they didn't protect it. Cars they did not protect. The business was doing 300,000 a month. A month. Now it's in basically what? If they get a judgment, they can lose everything. They can lose everything, and that's the problem. I don't want them to lose a damn thing. I'm willing to sacrifice my division, write it down, not my parent company or my family. Write it down, please. If Susie and Peter had division process under their corporation and subdivisions, they would not have a problem because they would take a division, they would disconnect it, isolate it, and bankrupt the hell out of it and throw the sucker away. Once I said again, I want you to understand your house, deed of trust, car pink slip, you make a list of UCC1. You're going to make a list of all your assets at home and office. You're going to put it on a UCC1. Write it down again. You're going to protect the asset. We're going to homestead our house. We're going to have a UCC1 on the assets and the goodies in the house or office. And we're going to basically file the UCC1 county recorder's office. We're going to transfer that into the irrevocable trust. Irrevocable trust. Got it so far? No man who godly makes money by screaming or lying. Well, here's a ding dong, okay? All right, first of all, it's just basically motivation and lying. The reality is do your homework. Let's just block you. All right, maybe block the jerk, okay? We don't need stupid people, okay? You're going to have a flat tire today. You're going to crawl uphill, run out of gas because you're a ding dong. So understand something. I will definitely scream at you and I will definitely boss you around. If you don't like it, then freaking just go away. That's just who I am. Got it so far? But again, that's Ryan Alexander being a jerk. Okay, understand? He bought my books. He doesn't know what he's doing. Understand what happens? Factory. I want you to understand exactly flat out right now. House, assets. Make your list. Film it. Office. UCC1. File it. County Recorder's Office. County Recorder's Office. You're going to transfer the UCC1 into your irrevocable trust. That protects the asset. If Susie and Peter would have done that, they wouldn't be jeopardizing their house today. But they're jeopardizing the house, and that's what's happening. I don't want you to do this. I don't want you to ever screw up. Now, for Saturday's class, it's a specialty. It is going to be real estate, and I'm going to show you what I trained the trainers and the coaches bring Carlton Sheets, Dave Delgado, and Russ Dalby. All right, didn't matter if it's Wally George, didn't matter if it's David Horowitz, Doug Applegrain, very simple. All right, and this is what happened because I was with all of them as well as we play. Factory. I want you to think you have a corporation, okay? The LLC or corporate, you put it there. We're going to have, let's say you loan money. You didn't protect your house. You did not do that at all. And then we have the house, okay? So your house, you have a loan or you loan money either way. Borrowed money is not taxable. Let's write it down. Borrowed money is not taxable, okay? Debt offsets taxes. Let's write that down as well. Debt offsets taxes. Got it so far? So understand. UCC1 is entitled to ownership. Let's write it down again. UCC1 is entitlement to ownership. Ownership. Got it so far? So this is what I tried to get Russ Dalby, Carlton Sheets, and Dave Delgado to do. But they said our system's okay. We don't need help on that. Just train the coaches. Okay, that's what we did. No problem. We did it out of a company called PEI out of Utah, if you don't know that. So UCC1. Now what happens? The UCC1 is a farm. It's in the link tree, by the way. Get a copy of UCC1. It's the entitlement of ownership. If my house, I basically escrow close, I homestead it, I put irrevocable trust, every asset in the house and office could be actually listed in the UCC1 county court's office and filed into the transferred into the trust. Everything in this building here and the building next door doesn't belong to these companies. It belongs to a real holding company. They have filed a UCC1. All right, understand. When you get a loan, they file UCC1 on you if you don't know this. Unfortunately, because you have not learned what actually has been done, you bring the pain home all the time, and I don't like bringing the pain home. Got it so far? So we're going to do it my way a little bit, and you're going to learn how to play the game to win. UCC1 is an asset. Every asset, every tangible asset, the computer, the desk, the furniture, everything here is UCC1. It's an entitlement of ownership. Now, I can borrow against my assets, and I want you to write down shadow mortgage. Could you please write down shadow mortgage? Now, let's remember, 32 years in a row, I'm the second largest advertiser in California. I won the award. Okay. So every Tuesday, Orange County, every Wednesday, Bonneville, Los Angeles, every Thursday, Ontario, and every Saturday in Long Beach. 32 years in a row, being the second largest advertiser and the number one consult worldwide. Okay. So what do? It's an asset. The asset can be a promissory note if you want to borrow against it. You could actually borrow against your assets called chattel mortgage. You could turn it into money. Let's also protect it first. Got it so far? I want you to protect your assets. I want you to think. Now, here's the problem. Susie and Peter and their LLC have two houses. No, and I'm talking about primary. They have two houses. They were told to put it into the LLC. They did that. Okay. Unfortunately, now the two houses happen to be in jeopardy because they're in the LLC. You see, when they sue the LLC, when they sue Peter and Susie, it means everything it has is an asset. You can't move it in and out and transfer it, okay? Because they can say if they got a judgment, you did this to hide an asset. Okay, you understand? We can protect the asset before something goes wrong, but if we try to do it after the fact, it's like they're going to say what? So again, that company that's sued can get an injunction. I have to reverse the process of the lawsuit and help the attorney do that as well. So they have two houses literally in their LLC because they were told to do this by their attorney in Howdy Doody, okay, which is called dum da da dum 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 dum. So now, not only their house they live in, their home, their cars, their assets, and the money and the receivables that they have coming in. They do 300,000 a month. They have receivables of $600,000. Now, what's a receivable? People who owe them money and invoices and contracts. What's going to happen is this: if they get a judgment, they can basically enforce judgment. They can put a receiver in their business. They can literally liquidate everything they have. Depends how big the judgment is. So let's understand the LLC, or because they signed for things, they got named in the lawsuit, and it's a bunch of crap. When you hear some silly person say, my LLC and the building $15 million, they get the building and they win the lawsuit, they get the LLC. No, no, no. You're part of that. You're the loan. You filed taxes. You're part of all that large stuff. So when someone lies to you, it's a bunch of hooey. And I'm referring to Dave Ramsey. He's lied for 50 years. Understand? So now we have receivables, $600,000. They have two houses in the LLC and their primary resident. And they have a lawsuit now. They sued them. Okay, understand, before the lawsuit was done, they did a title search. So the people who sued the LLC and them know exactly what they have. They have everything there. It's a title search. So what happens is they already know the assets. So if they try to move them around, guess what's going to happen? They're going to go into court order and say, hey, we got a lawsuit here. It's pending. All right, the reality is we want them to freeze their assets. They can go to court and say, freeze the assets so they can't liquidate anything in case we win. See, well, the problem is we have to understand something. If, listen carefully, okay, you had divisions, it'd be a divisions problem. I can disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Let's write it down. Let's write it down. I can disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Write it down. I can disconnect, isolate. I need you to write this down. Come on, you're going to write this down. Everything I teach you and train you to do will be habit forming from now on. You will be a true puppet master. Control everything, not own a damn thing. Write it down again. All right. I can disconnect. I need you to write down now. Come on, tap that damn screen. Share, share, share. Understand. DM, and what? Follow, follow, follow. That's the goal. Disconnect. Isolate, incorporate. Any entity has a problem. I can disconnect, isolate, incorporate that piece, and find out how I solve the problem. If I have to solve the problem, instead of the LLC being sued and screwed up for the Lord, this is Susie and Peter. Two houses, primary residence, 600,000 receivables, and they have a lawsuit. If it was a division, they could have disconnected, isolate, incorporate the division process. I need you to be ready for Saturday's class. We're going to factor, like I said earlier, right here. We're going to master the UCC1. When you file the UCC1, remember, you're going to take pictures of your house and your office. You're going to make a master list, and you're going to put that list, and you're going to file a UCC1 on your assets at County Recorder's Office. UCC1 is in the link tree as well. Everything you need is in the link tree because I want to make sure you go one place to get all your answers for questions, okay? Me. We're going to use the brain that God gave me and the ability to do this right. Got it so far? That's where we turn promise stone. Now watch. Please watch. If you had a house, this is where Susie and Peter screwed up. Say two houses. What happened? Very simple. Peter and Susie have two houses. Okay? And that's the sad thing because they put it all in the LLC they were told to. Now understand. Let's understand DBA is trade name. So we write down DBA trade name. Understand trade name. Can you write down trade name, please? A DBA is a trade name. If we do this correctly, eventually we can turn it as a certified division of a corporation if it's done right. Got it so far? Now let's pretend that Susie and Peter took both houses, and they put them in divisions. That would have protected the houses. Got it so far? They would have protected houses. And what happens? Here's your problem. All right. Let's say you had a piece of property, you fixed it up and lease it out. A single family house, there's no money in it. I'd tell you don't do it, but that's up to you. I'd tell you to put it to a nonprofit. Now, here's the house. Understand? Now, what happens is, all right, if you had a tenant. Thank you, Ronnie. All right, unfortunately, why is it not bright today as much? I don't know. Anyway, so the DBA trade name. Understand? If we had a house today and Billy Bob leased the house, let's understand. I want you to focus on this and I want you to pay attention 110%. Okay? This is where I need you to be ready this Saturday at the 9 o'clock real estate class. And I'm going to train you, teach you what needs to be done. So understand something very simple. If all of a sudden this house here, let's pretend here's your organization and we had it under division, like I said, division process. And let's say we had the two houses that Susie and Peter have. They were divisions, okay? Now, this is the line of defense. This was a management company. Their LLC has been sued yesterday. Sued. 600,000 receivables. They didn't protect their house or family, nothing. They're wide open to be sued and screwed up. If they were divisions, what would happen? All right. If the division here, let's say it was the business that got sued today. It got sued right here. I can disconnect, I can isolate, and I can bankrupt this piece. I can bankrupt the piece. All right. I'm not here to be chief and attorney, but I can throw the bad piece away if that can't solve the problem. This is what your banks did. This is what your grocery stores do. And this is what the United States of America Incorporated does. If you pay attention, all right, there's 50 states and 50 corporations. Every state has cities. Every city is a corporation as well. They filed a Chapter 9 bankruptcy on 12 cities so far. So I want you to understand we the people. Foundation is rules and tools. Got it so far? So here it is, that corporation here. All right, UCC1. All right, DBA trade name. Here's the house, UCC1. Now, very simple. I want you to pay attention. The person that signs the lease, we're going to have an exhibit A and B. I want you to pay attention. We're 110%. This is where you have to understand there's a way to play the game to win. So again, when I lease a piece of property here as a division, okay, there's an ugly house for it, okay? What I get to do, I get to put an A, B, and a C together. Got it so far? The UCC1 allows me, when that tenant signs the lease agreement, for everything they move into the house, to use as collateral. As what collateral? Understand? This is called a chattel mortgage. I asked you to write down. Write down again, chattel mortgage. Write it down, please. It's called a chattel mortgage. Pay attention, please. A chattel mortgage. So the tenant now has basically have an exhibit A and B. And what happens is they're going to sign the agreement to lease a property. What does that mean? They're going to move into a house that's $200,000 to $1 million, and I want to make sure their furniture is used as collateral towards the rent. It's got a chattel mortgage. UCC1 is part of the agreement. All right, it's A. We're going to have renter's insurance. Got it so far? So what's going to happen is as we do this, we're going to let them know we pay for the renter's insurance. If the place burns down or whatever happens, you get new furniture. If they don't pay, because again, what are you trying to get them to do? Your problem is you allow people to take advantage of you. You got to knock out that crap, okay? If I had to get in a lawful detainer and move them out of the house, I'm going to basically serve them a 3-day notice. Once again, I'm not here to be safe an attorney, but I'll teach you how to play the game if you want to win the game. So I'm going to basically give them a 3-day notice, okay? When they unlawful detainer, put them in court. Okay, they're going to go to court, no problem. The judge is going to say, okay, you did not pay on the 1st, Okay. All right. What happens is now you have to move out. By the way, because your assets were used collateral, you can't take away your furniture at all. You can't take anything besides your toothbrush, all right, literally, and basically your dishes. That's it. That's all you get to take. So again, you put leverage on them so they do not screw you out of getting money. You're trying to pay the house payment on the first, and they're supposed to be paying on the right here. All right, they're going to pay on the first. Maybe you're going to pay on the fifth. If they don't pay, you're kind of screwed up. This is why people get screwed up. You allow people to hurt you. Never bring the pain home, write it down. We're going to get all their goodies. Now, this is an actual case. All right, Fullerton, California. He's a Dodger pitcher. He's making $100 million a year, and he's a jerk. Okay, a jerk. What did I do? His own wife punched him out in court. I will not lose my stuff. I told her she can take her stuff. You see, if you paid attention today, you could protect that house, the equity, the car, and everything you're trying to do without stealing from your family. But you do that every day because of the wee. Unfortunately, sorry. You scroll. Pay attention and listen to a real coach who's been studying law and accounting since he can walk. But it's up to you. They don't pay, you get the goodies. I told the lady she can have her goodies. When she took the goodies, the insurance company gave me a check for $68,000 because you leverage it. You leverage it. It's a 3-day notice, okay? You have to give them rights to get the hell out of the property, put them in court, unlawful detainer. So if you're willing to basically understand and learn to play the game, I'll teach you to win the battle every damn day. But again, I have no problem with that. My wife calls this my hobby. I brought in my first billion structure at 21 years old. That's 2.2 billion right there. You want to play yet? Winning the game of business, I wrote at 14. I put it out there at 16. I'm the real guy. Got it so far? So if you want a bunch of goodies and you want to pay attention, you're going to get goodies. You're going to have a full blueprint. You're going to protect your assets. You're never going to bring the damn pain again home because you're not allowed to. You're going to have real goodies. This is one of the point of the $2.2 billion real estate fun stuff. Cars will be divisions. They're not yours anymore. Yachts and race boats and all these goodies will be divisions as well. You will master division process. Got it so far? You will become a puppet master. Write it down. And write down, I will be a puppet master. I will do what Ray tells me because guess what? Or Dr. Reynolds or Pastor Reynolds, because it works. The reality is what you did for you. Unfortunately, you didn't listen to a real coach. Susie and Peter, now they've got to fix their damn problem. LLC, 2 houses plus primary, and 600,000 in what? Receivables? And they got sued because they listened to their attorney and howdy doody? Hell no. Again, what do we do? Pay attention. What happens? I want you to figure this out. I'm going to help you on Saturday's class, and we're going to go step by step to overpackage your whole life. Whole life. I will be a puppet master. Hell yes, every one of you will. I will control everything and not own a damn thing. That's how it is. Understand something. Now, this is what I just told you. Promise you know what happens. Come on, pay attention. Take a damn picture of this. This is how you don't let a tenant screw you out of money. Got it? You can protect your assets. Simple. If you want to. We're going to teach you leveraging, all kinds of goodies as well. That is, you sell notes if you want to do that too. What happens? Now, the building in Costa Mesa, it's on the borderline Costa Mesa and Santa Ana. Here's a big building, a skyscraper building. Hey, cats, how you doing, sweetheart? So what do? I go to the attorneys. There's 4 attorneys. They filed bankruptcy 3 times. I went into a meeting. I said, if you let me leverage the equities in this, I can show you to do the following thing. They cussed me out, threw me out. Okay, no problem. 4 months later, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What? You want me to come back and talk to you guys? You threw me out, cuts me up. Well, we're kind of sorry about that. I turned the building into $100 million. Would that be okay? How many of you would like $100 million? Hey, I got my first million literally at 15. I got $100 million and I turned it to $1 billion by the time I was 21. If you listen, learn, you can play my way because your way sucks. Sorry. I got an LLC, right? Yeah, that's good. Now, if there's partners, you have an LLP. This will build itself. I want you to play my way because I don't like your way. Sorry. You want more and more and more? Believe me, I will repackage your life
and we'll do it my way. Where are the billions? I don't have billions. A corporation has billions. Ding dong. All right. Why would you want billions? Hell. Okay. All right. There's the damn building we're talking about. Pay attention. Okay. It's an asset. Who would want billion? I don't want any money. I don't have any money. I'm not dumb enough to put anything in my name. See, your goal as a puppet master, you control it, but you don't own it. Got it so far? When I basically coached, okay, Carlson, Chief, that was fun. When I coached basically all kinds of people, how about Jack Nicholson? How about Lakers and Clippers and Dodgers and Angels? How about Kevin Costner? You want to know a few clients and more? Pay attention. Genius, hell, I was told I was the number one consultant worldwide. I was on the list of 1,000 geniuses from the government when I was 14. Play. Each division will be an assignment of mortgage. Do your damn homework. I created the forum called Assignment of Mortgage in 1989. In 1989, because I had my apartment complex, 117 units, that scared the hell out of me. These people could slip on sue me, screaming, I no. I went, now watch, come on. We took the building right there. We take the value of the building, and we ask every tenant to sign a new lease that has a number to each lease. Kind of like the bank does, the grocery store, the cities do. Okay, don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody likes me. There's always a jerk or a ding dong shows up here. See, that jerk's gonna have a flat tire, run out of gas, and wonder why didn't God open the doors for me? Because you're a jerk. God opened the doors for jerks. They never do. Never has. Corporation and tenants offer them would they like to buy their unit. So if I dissect everyone and we write down deed of trust, assignment of mortgage, that's what I did. I took one mortgage, I dissected it. Every tenant, understand this is great. So I love Fantastic. You see, they have their first and second trustee. So every tenant, okay, what happens? Very simple. Let's go and have some fun. See, if you pay attention, I'm going to get to the millionaire. That's pretty easy. If you want to get to billion, you get to work your butt off. Okay. Not everybody gets to billionaire, by the way. I only got 39 billionaires in 50 years, but I have 39 million millionaire puppet masters. Is that fun? So all of a sudden, it's a unit. Okay, this unit here, fantastic. They sign and they want the unit. So we do assignment of mortgage. They don't have enough money to put down. So then we have a first and now we have a second trustee. The second trustee. Now, what I get to do, that note on the building became over $1 billion of notes. A billion. Is that fun? So now they pay a first and a second. Is that all right? Now they own the unit to get on their taxes. Understand? Listen very carefully. We put a UCC1 on their assets. If they don't pay us, we forfeit their assets. We foreclose. They can't sue us. We reverse the process and liability on them versus us. Okay. Now we also get to get a second trustee. We increase the income 47%. All right, in 60 days. Okay. Now we got a good income. They were bankrupt 4 times. It's like when I helped save Toll Brothers. All right, and you're Belinda. Like I helped save Mattel in the 70s. Doesn't matter if it's Boeing, IBM, everything else, even Apple within bankruptcy in 97, if you don't understand that. So if you want to understand the consultant behind all this stuff, you'll find out I'm one of the top consultants worldwide for big companies all the time. So we play my way. So we took the building, we did it my way because my way works. Sorry, I'm going to say your way sucks. You're not going to take your money anymore that's taxable income to run your business. You're going to take it to start it maybe, okay? And the late trees, every corporation ever wants, every corporation. They're free. I'm going to set up the credit file for your LLC, your LLP, your C Corp, your S Corp, your nonprofit, your PC. I'm going to establish your Experian business, Equifax business, and TransUnion. So I'm going to set them up for you so you don't steal money from your family ever again. Then you're going to get a line of credit. You're going to finance your business the right way. Or I'll put you in a damn escrow, one of my escrows. I only have scheduled 5 billion of escrows. You might want to play with me a little bit too, because one of the things that happened in my escrows is pretty simple. Okay. All right. And what happens very simple. Let's see if we grab it. We're going to teach you to play my way because I don't like the way. I'm sorry. I don't like your way. Why? Because it's very simple. We have the ability to play the game to win. But will you listen? Will you learn? And will you follow through? It's up to you. See, your ability to follow through is going to be up to you every day. Because if you want goodies like this is a mansion in the harbor, mine, my Duffy, my mansion, my Lamborghinis, my helicopter, this, and then the race boat. When I died, basically, in July 5th, 2009, my worth was from the corporate structure, 3.7 billion with a big B. Got it so far? So we're going to play. I want you to focus today and understand something. You have the ability to play the game to win if you choose to, but you have to follow through. Do you have one of these? I have proof of $10 million put aside already, right there, certified by attorneys. When I go to escrow, I fight and I win. There's 10 billion. That's 10 million. Get you the bill if you want to play. But again, this is going to be for you again. Will you listen? Will you learn? Will you follow through? The ultimate goal for every one of you is learning to play the game to win. Because a corporation is a legal person right there. It's chapter 18. Not here to be CPA and attorney, but understand, Ed may sue or be sued. The ability to play the game to win. So if we structure correctly, structure builds finance and dreams. So let's write it down again. Structure builds finance and dream. Let's understand. We have the ability to go get the goodie. The goodie, the goodie. Got it so far? The goodie's very simple. I like goodies. You like goodies yet? So if you want to play, we play my way. Mr. Reynolds, hey, you're the boss. Well, again, I'm just going to tell you what to do. If you want to play my way, you're going to get a blueprint call. If you don't, hey, how's it working for you? You're 75 years old to 20, and you've screwed up 10 times, and you're bringing the pain home all the time. All the time. Knock it off. It's ridiculous. So we're going to play my way. Got it so far? All right, you're going to take a picture now of this. This is Real Estate Foundation First. This is Saturday at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time in the morning. I'll be online at 3:15, again, like I am 6 days a week, just like I am right now. And then I'm going to have goal setting. It's free to the whole world. And then from there, you're going to spend your 15 bucks. Every one of you right now in the link tree, you're going to sign up for Patreon. So you spend your $15 and you're going to go to basically real estate class, level 1, 2, and 3. You're going to get basically courses, all kinds of stuff, and have fun. And I'm going to rebuild your life my way because I don't want you bringing the pain home. Got it? Never learn how to play the game correctly. You will now. All right, Tim? You will now. I'll guarantee it. We're going to play. We're going to win. Got it so far? Did you take your picture? Now understand. Go back to foundation. All right? Peter Susie screwed up. 2 houses, okay, plus their primary residence, plus their car. All right? They do $300,000 a month, $600,000 receivables, and they have 3 kids. And now they got sued yesterday because they listened to a bunch of ding dongs saying my corporate LLC is going to protect me. That's not in baloney. Division process. Hey, mommy had a baby. You, mommy, all right, sign the SS5 form right there, right there, right there. SS5, SSN 1040. You only get one. Mommy put you in the stroller, take you home in the car. Wow, 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 wow. Babies. Hey, I got 6 of them. Come on. 5 girls and a boy. They have credit reports too. So could you if you want to. So what do? There's that form, SS5. There's your SSN. Right there, right there. Do not laminate. Don't use for any purposes. Don't carry with you. And you violate the rules. If you use the Fair Lending Act, Fair Credit Reporting Act, you can remove negative credit. But that doesn't take you off the hook to pay your bill. You still got to pay your bill. Got it so far? Thank you, thank you. Share, DM me, please. I'm trying to get to the 100,000 followers. I only have 76,000 30 weeks now. And that I'm trying to get more. Help me, please. I hear I get a goodie. I get a cookie. Isn't that fun? Nick promised me a cookie when I get 100,000. So what do? Come on, don't laminate. That's why you see on TikTok, you can't laminate if you put it in your sleeve. Okay. SSN 1040 tax return. So understand, you put this on the application for the job. You got the job. So you gave permission that moment that your employer W-2 taxes your paycheck. You made $1,000 this week, but you got $728 because they got their cut first. And then you got the leftover. Isn't that fun? You got the leftover. Isn't that fun? You know how it works. Take a picture. There's your future. We're going to make sure you don't screw up anymore. Got it so far? I'm going to repackage your life. All right. When I gave Don King Only in America, because I've repackaged American, incorporating you, all these pieces. Hey, I'm just the second largest advertiser in California for 32 years in a row. Hell, why not? It sounds fun. You want to play? You let me know. So there's your future. You're going to stop bringing the pain up. Isn't that special? Isn't that special? We're going to play. Because right now you probably feel like, ah! Now, listen carefully. We talked about SSN. Now we're going to talk about future. The SS4 form right here, application employee identification number. I want you to pay attention to this. I want you to write down 26 ways to use it and not abuse it. Please write it down. I explained this to Ted Turner in 1969. Okay. In 1969, when I started Helping Hand Industries, it cost me $10. That corp today is $30 at the milling tree. They're free. So if you want to play my way, you're going to learn to win. Would that be okay? We win my way? Okay. Here's the SS4 application employee identification number. Here's the EIN. All right, that is your LLC. That's your LLP. That is your C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit, RPC. Got it so far? Now, if these do business, that's called dum-da-da-dum-dum. Susie and Peter screwed up because they did not do division process because their attorneys went blah, 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 and they're all full of crap. Again, now that's as a PC. Nonprofits, S Corp, C Corp, LLP, LLC, they're not even damn corporations. But understand, you're entitled to go to corporate umbrella. You got it? Now let's focus. You see the word entity? It's on line 1. You see the word individual person? Come on, write it down. Come on. The entity times 100. Okay, if you notice that picture I showed you, had 1,013 of them, or individual person, times 3. You have the right to have 3 divisions of yourself if you wanted to. You allowed yourself to be a duck and a sheep. You know what? You drive your car. Ooh, turn off the radio. Your car's going quack, quack. I'm a duck and I'm a sheep. When they sue you, they sue your spouse, and you bring the pain home. Oh, yeah. Why the hell would people do that? The car should be a division of a corporation, not you. Unfortunately, because you're not listening yet, and you keep scrolling through the process, I'm the only real coach on TikTok and flat out. Show me one, please. I'll challenge them all. Let's have some fun. You're named there 3 times. What do? You know it says banking and credit purposes? Could you imagine it says banking and credit purposes? Yeah, isn't that fun? So here's 18 divisions from Bank of America. So that represents $2.7 million of credit. To what? 0.7 million. Now, if you're aggressive like me, it's pretty simple. Why? There's another 36 divisions. Wow, one bank I what? That's only $30 million of credit. You want to play up? Let me know. If you want to play for real, you let me know. Because I'll teach you how to play, and I'll teach you to make sure you win the game. Remember, we look at SS5, Tax Act, and Program we're gone. House payment all says taxes. Recycle your money, get your money back. This is no taxes due to your profit. Isn't that fun? We can play. That's a corporation, Chapter 18, and legal person. Wow, dude. All right, may sue or be sued. That's fun. Okay. You feel like this? Take the picture. Come on. If you have credit repair company, make sure your license is bonded. Because if you're not, they're going to indict you. They're doing a sweep this year. Federal Trade says you must be in registered Attorney General's office. Have a bond. You'll collect money up front. So when you have your ugly T-shirt and your ugly hat and your makeup looking like a clown, that's probably because you are. HR 999. It's in the link here. It's in the link here. Get a copy, people. Understand what you can do for yourself. Because you weren't supposed to use the SS and SS5 for credit purposes ever and user ID purposes, you can reverse the process of bad credit. You can do it today, starting today. So basically, they're going to quote federal laws. I've written 67 books so far. You could play. That's on page 10 here. And then from there, what are we going to do? In the link tree, you'll find basically debt crisis intervention. I wrote that years ago too. This is you, validation, disputes, and letters. Got it so far? So here's a book that has all the forms, all the letters, and it has the debt crisis intervention form right there. So what we do? Every code for federal law, no problem. If we take it from there and we take page 10, we can actually do a validation. Write down validation is to creditors, okay? So we can do a validation. It's faster doing that than just writing silly letters to what? The credit bureaus. This is how you do the credit bureaus, no problem at all. The validation letter, we can do that as well. Here's to the creditors. Got it so far? It's in the book. It's in the back. Read the book. Read the book. But again, all these things happen because you can prove it or remove it. I wrote a book like that after working for TRW, and I set up the credit system in the first place. Isn't this fun? Now, you'll find some of my Lamborghinis in my real book. You see, I'm the guy that's not full of crap. When I wrote Winning the Game of Business, the first version, it was red. The back of every book would show how I broke the world record for a 13 feet kick, one of the Lamborghinis in the car collection, one of the Mansons, one of the yachts. Why not? Hell, why not? So if you listen and learn very carefully, you can learn to play the game. Then I turned it into a chess game. I became a chess master at 13. Nobody would play with me. Isn't that terrible? So if you want a copy, please get a copy. If you want a copy of basically the HR 9991, it's in the link tree as well. I want you to have every information you have when you make a decision so you don't screw this up ever again. Got it so far? As we play the game. So what do we do? If you want one of the mansions, no problem. Because why? I had only 2.2 billion in real estate at one time. Isn't that fun? Ooh, goody. But it's not mine. I don't own anything. I'm not dumb enough to put some in my name. So what do we do? The cars are divisions as well. By the way, they're actually through the tax ID right here, right there, right there, right there. That's special. We play. What do we do? Every car should be fleet price tax ID and division right there again. If you went online today, any car lease or finance is going to say tax ID. That's the division process. You see what happens with you? You go to the car dealership and you let them sweat you for 5 hours. And then they ask you a question, what payment can you afford? This is where you have to learn to shut up. You don't say what payment you can afford, none of their business. None yet. Tell me what you can do. Car dealerships are crooks, all of them are. All of them. They mark cars up 60%. And then because they get $224 for every inquiry, you let them screw you up. If you had that piece of paper they told you to give permission to run, you create it right above your signature, you'd write on that piece of paper, this allows one inquiry only. You take a picture with your cell phone. You'd never get more than one inquiry. Then the inquiry would become a duplication. You'd remove that too. See, your lack of knowledge is why you bring the pain home, ladies and gentlemen. I don't understand why. I've never brought the pain home. Even when I died in the coma, I came back and did $6 million of credit, all right, within 6 weeks. First it was me, and then I basically did more and more and more. Every yacht and race boat, you'll see I have my name on it. Isn't that special? Ray Reynolds University, that's my yacht. That's my mansion in Huntington Harbor, the big U dock there. All right, that's what I had before I died in the coma. We took that boat out in 2009, July 4th. So again, credit. Let's do this. Let's get your credit score to 750. All we have to do is get everything at 29%. Get it to 10 is going to be 801. Got it so far? We look at what past, present, and future. The IRS has a form called 656, 433 on their website as well. We look at previous judgments. Dun & Bradstreet is supply and vendor credit. I wrote a fast track program 40 years ago for them as well. We play activity sheet. If you want to get off the national mailing list, you would call this number now today. You have a utilization. Understand? Utility bill, credit cards, and automatic payment. Paperless. Call the number, get off the national mailing list. Why would you do that? Or you like being sold on a mailing list or something? From there, every credit card you have is making an extra payment weekly. I don't care if it's $10. I want you to be fast pay, quick pay, what I wrote for TRW in 1978. Got it so far? Now, if we do this correctly, the next thing we're going to focus. Methods of credit correction, not repair, okay, from there because it's not broken. Here's the dispute method, negotiation method as well, and what do we get to do? Next thing is legal action method. When I sued Chase Bank, I brought their vice president to Santa Ana in court, and I kicked his ass. Daddy, hey, give me another 5,000 for wasting my damn time. You have the ability to change your life if you want to. If you want the rules and tools book, it's simple. It's just winning the credit game. It's $20, like $19.99. It's in the link tree. I've written 67 books so far if you want to play my way. Not only am I going to be online 6 days a week for you, hold your hand, tell you what to do, get a book, why not? If you want to understand personal credit, all right, for the kids starting to write. I watched 2 ding dongs on TikTok. Well, no one ever put the book in place, so guess what we have to do this way. I wrote the first book, Prove It or Remove It, in 1981. These ding dongs don't know what they're talking about. This I wrote last year, $10. It's in the link tree. Can't find anyone. Well, guess what? All right, it's in the link tree. Look in the link tree. You know how to look in the link tree? Look in the link tree. Or go here. It's very simple. 67 books. Pick one. Pick one. But this one's $9.99. Can't find it? DM us. We'll call you. We'll line you up to do that too. I see. Okay, no problem. So this is going to help you and your kids understand all the rules and tools, because we have to. How to buy the car, how to understand the credit score, how to make sure you understand the SS5 and SSN. Again, what do? as we play this game. $10 in the book. Okay, if you want to play, you're going to play my way because the reality is, I'm going to say your way sucks. I'm sorry to say your way sucks because it's true. Personal credit. Now watch. If you're married today, you're going to have a marriage agreement because I said so. I came out of coma 2010 and 11. Okay, right there. Now I'm trying to get my stuff back because one of my tax attorney stole 3.7 billion of structure. All right, I'm being audited now. Okay, no problem. The auditor's going to give me a bill for the audit. No problem. He says he's going to give the bill to my wife. David Kenner, Death Row Records owner and attorney, stood up there to the auditor. One of my attorneys said, "You can't do that, Mr. Reynolds. He has a prenup and a postnup." See, a marriage agreement separates liability. I plan the problem every step of the way. I don't bring the pain home like you. You're going to stop doing that too. House. Escrow close, homestead trust. Only one person on the loan, period. Not both. In case you lose the house, they would report it to the IRS as a 1099-C. At 1099-C, we don't do that. Cars division. Write down cars division. All right. If you're in a car today registered to you, I'm sorry, that's all dumb, da da dum dum, dumb dumb. They sue that because you bumped a car. Then they sue your beautiful queen or spouse. Then they put you in the rabbit hole. And there's that attorney, bloodsucker, stealing all your money. See, your problem is you don't plan the problem. You should. Husbands and wives never have joint credit. Come on. Here's mine. Here's my wife. We maintain an 846 because our credit is boring. There's 100,000 safety. We don't bring the pain home like you. Got to stop it. Would you please stop bringing the pain home? Would you please stop bringing the damn pain home? Federal law, public record, not here to be safe an attorney. The Fair Credit Reporting Act, right here. They all quote the damn thing. They quote it wrong anyway. There's these be 10 coaches on TikTok. It's ridiculous. But again, they should be focusing on one thing. Section 611, Section B, 30 days, 15-day grace period, 46 days, it's on track. It also says, understand, let's break it down. If I do disputes myself, or I do validation letters to the creditors, and I basically put in place the letters that are in the book for you for $20. You can sell for $199. It's simple. Now, you're going to use validation letters to creditors. Got it so far? Because of the Fair Lending Act, you can force them to remove something off your report. Does not stop you from owing your debt. Don't try to be a crook, okay? Understand, when they take it off the credit file, that's okay. But the moment you do a title search to buy a house or a business, they find it. So make sure you solve these problems. Good morning, Ray. Good morning, everybody. All right, have some fun. Let's play some fun. What do we have to do? Come on. Now, if information's obsolete, inaccurate, information has changed, information is disputed not verifiable, information is disputed verified in reasonable time, or there's another law like the Fair Lending Act. By the way, this is in my book right here, all right, over 38 years ago. I wrote the rules and tools, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the guy that basically came up with 29% rule. All cards, sticky time. They fluctuate. Okay? I train TRW. Okay? These are what? They don't fluctuate. Stop bringing the damn pain home, people. Quit stealing your money to run your damn business. That makes no damn sense. Because that's called dumb, da da dum dum. We're going to build corporate credit reports. I'm going to personally build your report for your corporation, your LLC, or your Spirit Insurance and Equifax, and I'm going to line up to get your line of credit if you want. But it's up to you. Keep stealing the money from your family. Now, one of you got to billionaire. Now, one of you got to 100 million or probably million. You're going, wee, ah! You're bringing the pain home. You might want to stop that. Again, we compare you at SS5 because it's what? It's what gave permission to the government to bond you when you were born or when you signed the form. The only way you get your money back is through the SSN 1040 because you have a house payment. Tell me the water, tell my house. Ay, ay, ay. You bought my books years ago. Okay? SS4. No taxes due to you. Profitable. Corporations, what again? What is it? Come on. Legal what person? Huh. It may sue or be sued. Just like Peter, just like Susie got sued yesterday. Their house is in jeopardy. Their receivables in jeopardy. $600,000. All right, receivables, $300,000 in monthly income, and now the two houses in their LLC are in jeopardy too. See, when you listen to clowns and you listen to phony coaches like Howdy Doody, when there's a real freaking lawsuit, you better protect your assets. That's why we talk about UCC1 and protect your assets. Remember, you're going to compare today. That SS5 SSN is where the government gave permission to bond you 35 million apiece. You got your job. You gave that number to the job. They taxed your paycheck. You get the leftover. That's how it works. Here's your SS4. Okay, Department of Treasury, Internal Revenue Service. Number is used for corporations. See, the LLC and LLP are that off sole proprietor. That's what they are. They're not even corporations. So protect yourself, please. All right, I'm going to teach you to play my way because your way again. I'm going to say, I'm sorry, my way worked, your way sucks. The SS4 application, identification number for the parent company. Entity means the divisions. All right, individual person, you get 3 of these. If Blankets the Fan is a division, they would file a bankruptcy and the division throw the sucker away. Because Susie and Peter did not listen, they got to listen to me after the fact because they said, who's Ray Reynolds? Hey, I don't know why you didn't find me before. I'm the number 1 control worldwide. Do your damn homework. I've been doing teaching and preaching for 50 years. All right, I was the 2nd largest advertiser in California for 32 years in a row. I won the award. Wow. I write checks for millions and billions. Simple. Or millions, we become billions. So if I had like Susie and Peter, the business that was sued, they sued the LLC and all the pieces. If it was a division, they would bankrupt the piece, get rid of, keep all the pieces, and never bring the pain home. See, if you don't have division process, I'm sorry, you're a duck in a sheet. If your organization doesn't have division process, like banks have subsidiaries, cities do, grocery stores, what the hell are you doing to your family? You're all trying to get there. It's not going to work. I'm sorry, 99% fail because they don't have the damn money. Let's get the money. Let's go eat the honey. Simple. Now, let's understand. The reason I talk about American Express so much, it's kind of fun. So let's do this. We're going to learn to count. Every one of these cards here say Ray Reynolds University. Got it so far? There is no inquiry for the Platinum Business Card. So if I have a LLC, LLPC Corp Nonprofit PC, I get one of the cards. If I have divisions, I get 3 more cards, 300,000. If I get basically 3 more divisions, that's 6. That's 900,000, 600,000. How about 900,000? Why not? It's right here. Every entity has its own credit file. If you allow me, I will establish the credit file for every entity you have, or give you the entity with credit files established. Experian, China Equifax, business reports for each entity and your parent company. I'll establish it for you. There's $1 million right there. $1 million right there. Why don't you have the finance to build the business? Okay, I don't get it. Here's 300,000 more, $1.3 million. Well, why not? Hell, we could play the game if you want to win. Why not? I wrote the rules and tools. I've been in the credit business for 50 plus years if you paid attention. Now that card entitles you to a loan for 250,000, up to 250. Up to 250. I can have 3 escrows going. I'm talking about escrow. Now, if you did it correctly my way, not your way, we basically go through the foundation. I wrote this when I was 14 years old. I put it out there when I was 16. Winning the credit game. Got it so far? All right, that's how it works. Now, American Express says you have a 660 business for 1 year, 3,000 average income, you're going to get a blueprint loan. Got it so far? That's how it works. Now, if I had you and I gave you, if you allow me to, and I gave you 150,000 line of credit today, you'd write a check to escrow. Escrow is going to close escrow. The management company will pay this bill first. You're getting the leftover. You're getting leftover. That means you're going to buy a piece of a storage unit, a fourplex. Got it so far? So you're going to own a piece, a deed of trust to your organization at the division. You just became a puppet master, controlling things and not owning a damn thing. It's a division process. $50,000 each up to $5,600 a month. Numbers never lie, only people do. That's how it works. Numbers have never lied to me, people lie. I love numbers. I've been loving numbers since I was a kid. They make sense to me. Math and accounting and law, it makes sense. You might want to join me on Saturday the whole damn day. This is Patreon for $15 a month. You get courses, classes, and all kinds of stuff, and you get more and more and more and more. There you go. Real Estate Foundation. That's my 9 o'clock class. Saturday, every day I'm online, 3:15 in the morning, 6 days a week, Monday through basically Saturday. From there, this is going to be basically goal settings on Saturday at 7 o'clock. From there, I have the specialty class. This week is going to be real estate. The following week is going to be nonprofit, by the way, grant money. We get to play my way. Don't worry, God gave me the blueprint in my brain, so I'll help you as well. So you take a picture, you scan it, it's in the link tree too. It's 15 bucks. Every one of you sign up now, right now, now. The class is almost sold out. That's up to you. Good morning, Mr. Reynolds. Good morning. How you doing today? Okay. To a builder. Fantastic. Should be a division. So follow me on TikTok. Okay. Follow. Okay. Well, that's follow here. DM me, DM me, share with everybody. Come on. I'm trying to get to 100,000 followers. Now, this is Ray Reynolds, Godfather Credit. Got the nickname off KNX Radio years ago. I tend to build about 60 billion in credit for my clients and myself over the last 50 years. So you might want to play the game and have some fun. What do we have to do? Follow. Now, this is educational content only, not legal. Tax or financial advice for results may vary because you might be friggin' lazy. I don't know if you're lazy. Hopefully you're not. Take a picture of that. Not me. So 800-254-9506. Be assigned to a specialist. We're open at 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and actually on Saturday as well. Message me. You can DM me. You understand something? I'd like to give you a blueprint call. By the way, you can't ride off the road. The haircut, the chef, or the wedding. That's a bunch of hooey. You got a lot of people. I don't understand. I'll be glad when something they regulate what's on TikTok. Certified people, not clowns. Fighting through the pain, ladies and gentlemen. Do you like goodies? Anybody like goodies? Anybody like millions and billions of goodies? It's very simple. All right, let me look at this. Jesus is not a drive-through. My first coma, I was 7. I was crippled. God let me walk, and I promised I'd help people the rest of my life. That's what I'm trying to do today. I don't have to work, by the way. This is my wife calls it my hobby. Here, what happened? There's me in a coma in 2009. After taking that yacht out, someone had a virus, gave it to me. I get to die at 541. Kind of sucks. One of my tax people steal 3.7 billion of goodies from me. I don't like it. Jesus not drive-through. Being a Christian is a way of life, not a moment in time. Always good, always good. Thank you, Jesus. That's what I'll tell everybody when they ask me how I'm doing. We play my way. That's only 13 feet, by the way. Fastest kick, highest kick on the planet. And by the way, white men do jump. Only dummies say we go. Got it so far? We're going to focus on God, family, then money. I don't love money, but I know how to get billions and billions and billions. Let's get to the main course, okay? But again, I want you to make a promise to yourself today. Could you do that for me? Could you make a promise to yourself? Could you put it in writing, please? Could you replace yourself as a division, please? Write it down. Please stop bringing the pain home. I'd like to help you, and I will help build you $100,000 of income per month for your organization, whatever you have. Keep what you have today till we have a call called Blueprint Call. So you're stuck with me for an hour with your partner's life. We're going to focus on auto income. So I want you to understand something. I'm going to give you every step of the way how to do this flat out. All right, I'm not going to wear a baseball cap backwards. These people don't know what the hell they're doing. It's ridiculous. I don't get it. But they'll let anybody out there, I guess. All right, you promise to yourself. You ready? You ready to write it down? I don't want you taking a picture. I want you to write it down. You write it down and put it in your brain. I promise myself. Understand something. It's very simple. Okay, write it down. Okay, my promise to myself. This is what I'd like you to write down. Got it? As of today, this is June 18th, 2026. Write it down, please. Okay? I am a puppet master in training. That means I'm going to train you and I do the work with you or for you. All right? That's it. I'm going to treat you like you're 2 years old. Sorry, I do that to everybody. And I'm bossy. And I'm competitive and I always win. Owning nothing, controlling everything. Write it down. All right, I have 18 divisions. Or start with 3, start with 5. I don't care. What do you want to do? 12 months from now, if I do exactly what you're told to do, I will guarantee you up to $100,000 of income per month for your organization. I will have a what reasonable paycheck. After our blueprint call, we're going to talk about when you start to make money, how the LLC becomes an S, how C becomes an S as well. Because an LLC is usually have a problem. We're going to be an S corp, so you can design your paycheck. The C corp not only is indicted, all right, basically audited all the time. You start making money. So what do? You turn the C corp into an S corp, and you have a reasonable paycheck. From there, you recycle your paycheck because your paycheck was taxed as a W-2 employee. The IRS took their cut before you get your paycheck. have a house payment to recycle it. I will do tax balancing, not tax evasion. I will never bring the pain home again, and I will honor God and my wife. That's what I like you to write down. I believe if you follow through and you make that promise to yourself today, I'll help you get through the process and do this. Now, understand, this is your future. Take a picture. Take a picture of your future, please. Please. Understand. Now, that's actually a mouse pad. Would you like a black one or red, white, blue? Which color would you like? Isn't that fun? You gotta have fun, people. See, there it is, right there. All right, Ray Reynolds, auto income, and find through auto income peace. What a concept. So if I did this correctly, my LLC, my LLP, I can build a structure. I can do this correctly to win the game of business. You see, your choice is simple. If you like the mouse pad, let me know. I'll spend my $10 for you. That's right. I'll spend my money for you because I believe in the ones that are listening. I believe in the ones who want to actually go get it. But again, it's a concept as well. So if you have your LLC here, LLC, LLP, your C Corp, your S Corp, your nonprofit, or your PC is your categories. You do not allow them to do business ever. If they do business like Susie and Peter, they get sued and you're screwed up. Each one of these would have a division process. Again, this is a division. All right, never bring the pain home. Each division would have basically here 100,000 credit per entity, and there's 9. That makes $1 million for the parent company. 1 million. Would that be okay? We get $1 million. That division now will have an apartment complex, a car wash, Jack in the Box, Wendy's, or basically Carl's Jr. I bought my first Jack in the Box to a corporation when I was 19. Bought my first storage unit in 1984 with my ex-father-in-law, and my cut was $17,350 a month. So was his. Stock trading is fun. Silver, gold, and Bitcoin. So if we do this correctly, we could actually use borrowed money, not taxable. That creates $100,000 of income, and then you up to 1 million if you want to. I did get to $1 million today. It was kind of fun. But again, you have to learn to play the game to win. But again, if you took a picture, the other thing is you can do this as well. Now, you take a picture, so it's like, all right, here live, are you restricted for 10 minutes? I get spanked for something. I didn't say anything wrong. Okay, let's appeal. Okay, appeal to whatever that means. All right, so Nikki D, all right, no worries. Ray will go over this. Again, yeah, I always do it all the time. So again, or it could be someone wanting to rat me out and try to say me I'm a jerk. That's typical. So we'll take a picture of that too. I don't want to be spanked by TikTok. Anything I don't like about TikTok scrolling and all the blah blah blah. Okay, it's a mouse pad. Okay, bottom line is very simple. Mouse pad. I will spend my $10 and send it to you. Is that okay? Maybe they don't like I'm giving to you for free. I don't know. Thank you for helping us. Well, that's just the goal. You're welcome. But let's thank God. See, I'm just the vehicle that I made a promise when I was 7 years old. God gave me the brain to help you. He gave you the blueprint. So let's thank God because this is where it comes from, not me. Hey, I'm just the guy that's trying to help people using the knowledge that God gave me for the blueprint. In Jesus' name, amen. That's how it works. Now, if I have an organization and I have my 18 divisions, I now have $100,000 income per month. Doesn't matter if I have an LLC, LLP, C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit PC. It just matters I have it. You don't have it in the link tree. They're free to everybody. They're free to everybody. I've been giving them for free for years. I had 2 attorneys who was giving me crap because they sell them for $5,000. This is auto income, by the way, auto income. We play my way. I don't like your way. Sorry. Now, if we turn around this way, we're going to use my called dashboards. Now, I'm really a real affiliate. What does this mean? As an affiliate, it's very simple. Okay, I had $62 million on dashboards, live credit, not trade line crap. I don't like trade lines. Okay, what happens here is 1,200 cards. What would you like? Let me know, please. See, I take my history and I help people all the time. I'll establish your experience as an Equifax per division for you. Okay, I don't have an excuse. What's your excuse today? You stubbed your nose, got to go blow your nose? I don't know. That's just a damn excuse. How much credit would you like? Real goodies and goodies and goodies. That's just on the dashboard. Not counting American Express, there's 3 million right here. Why not? See, the reality is we have to understand something. If I'm going to set up the credit report for you, I'm going to play with Chase Bank because usually they're 50,000 each, all right, up to 350,000 in my hand, and they don't have an interest rate for 22 months. Why not? Why not? Again, we could play the game to win if you want to win the game. All right, I don't like to lose, so guess what do? I wrote Winning the Game of Business when I was 14 years old after I invented Car Finder at 12 and a half years old. Car Finder became the concept of GPS, if you don't know that. Maybe someday you'll get to know me and I'll get to know you. All right, what if you have bad credit? So what? You're late for the date. Do you understand? So you got to reverse the process of bad credit. Okay, it's not a problem. All right, 90% of you have crappy credit or your limits suck. You got to realize you have to readjust it. It's not a problem to do. This is why I'm going to help rebuild you. 100,000 corp and 9 divisions, $1 million of credit. Why not? That's fun. See, this is an auto income business. Laundromat, car wash, dry cleaners. I wrote the original books 49 years ago. Storage unit, the dummy proof business. When I had my divisions for printing, no problem, Sir Speedy, Pit Printing, and Napa Printing. When I had my divisions when I was 17, I had literally what? 22,000 payphones. 6.6 million a month auto income. We pick on auto income businesses. I don't want to run a business. I want to run by a management company. That's an American Express Platinum card. How many would you like? Here's the main three. We have a choice. All they want to know is you have a 660 score, right, in business for a year and $3,000 a month income. Sorry, I stutter once in a while. That's embarrassing. I hate stuttering. It bothers me, but that's okay. Got no choice. There's $250,000 of credit, finance 4 divisions, 4 escrows. All right, winning the game of business, wrote when I was 14, no problem. What do? 25,000 in an escrow. Laundromat, dry cleaning, car wash. Your income is an average of 3,200 a month. 3 of you plus me, I administrate the escrows. I've lined up to 5 billion of escrows so far. If you want to play, you let me know. Numbers never lie, only people do. 50,000 in escrow, probably storage unit, fourplex. Numbers is simple, 50,000 in, 5,600 a month. That's what we get to do. From there, we have 75,000 in an escrow. 5 of you plus me, we do it again, 7,500. Numbers don't lie, only people do. This is an escrow for a storage unit, apartment complex. You get a deed of trust of the piece you put in. Simple. If you pay attention today, this is 81,750 in an escrow, 4 people. Invest in this, the 4 people. You get 4,132 a month. Forever. 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 You build a real legacy. There's the difference. Unfortunately, if you don't do this, unfortunately, it sucks. All I can tell you, if you want to win each restaurant, let's take 9 people. Let's each one of us, all right, plus me, write a check for 100,000 into an escrow, get a Wendy's, a Jack in the Box, a car wash. That's $1 million down payment. There you go. Now we get a piece. We get a piece. We get a piece. Your piece is about 10,000 a month. Get a piece. Why? That's auto income. All right, there's your future if you paid attention. Your future is not hard to obtain. How do I become a student? Following you, all right, and play the game to win. Well, you DM, that's right here, DM right there, right there. Okay? All right, Mindy will put the phone number. She's one of our top administrators, no problem. Okay, and that's what happens in the DM, that's what you do. All right, you follow, you share, that's all you have to do. I'm going to give you the phone number in a minute as well. So again, as we play this game to win. Your goal is to understand something today. Okay? If you play my way, you're going to win. You're going to win the game. There's the office phone number. Okay? Tap the yellow button and actually just told you right there. That's all you have to do. So they'll be here at 6 o'clock. It's only 4:51 in the morning, by the way. See, I'm up every day at 1 o'clock in the morning. 1 o'clock. You see, your problem is you like to sleep. I'm up after my 3 or 4 hours. I'm ready to go. Let's go get you. Your problem is you. Okay? You do the same rerun every day and you think things are going to change. They don't change. It's up to you to make them change. There's your future right there. There's your future. There's your future. I'll say it 1,000 times. You need to replace you as a division. Stop bringing the pain home. All right? Build $100,000 a month income, automatically be get a paycheck. There, auto income. If we listen very carefully, you gave permission, or mommy did, for the SS5 form. One of you did. One of you did this. It's your fault. Congratulations. That's the IRS. The IRS, basically what happened, you did what? You took the SSN that mommy or you got, you gave it to the employer. The employer, you gave permission to tax your paycheck. You gave them permission by giving them the damn number that's assigned to you right there. Your paycheck's taxed, you get the leftover. So it's about time you learn how to play the game to win because you bring the pain home. I don't like what you, I'm sorry, I think what you do sucks. All right? Tax what? They tax your paycheck, you get the leftover. You know, I've been shot 3 times, not 6 times. I died and came back. I never brought the pain into my family, not in a friggin' year. Never. I bet $1 million paid in 6 weeks and 6 months. Then again and again. It's about damn time you know how to play the game because your way sucks. Sorry. Here's your 1040. Your tax return for 24 years, your house payment is interest only. You get your money back from your paycheck. Don't own a house? Make someone else rich. Go ahead. Doesn't matter if you have an LLC, LLP, C Corp, nonprofit, PC, it don't matter. Once you have something. There's the SS4 tax ID, EIN. So if we play the game, we get basically 18 divisions. That is a credit card equals credit line. We get the win. Get the book, $20. It's $19.99. There you go. Send the link to. Get the book. It'll teach you about personal credit. Your credit sucks, put it back on track. There's all the forms you need. That's fair lending, that's fair credit reporting that. Get the book going to understand credit more. $9.99. Wow. Get the book, get the book. You see, every Tuesday for 32 years in a row, damn, I made a promise to Jesus Christ, my Savior, when I was 7. He let me walk. Thank God. And thank you, Jesus. Amen. Every Tuesday, Orange County. Every Wednesday, Bonavix in Los Angeles. Everybody knows me. Where's the Lamborghini Ferrari? They park the cars. Every Thursday, Ontario. Every Saturday, Long Beach Marriott. Well, 32 friggin' years, people. I don't know why you don't pay attention to the guy that's the number one control worldwide. I have no idea because you scroll on TikTok. Wee, wee, wee. Let's look at the clowns. Let's look at the silly people. Stop it. Pay attention. That's the Millionaire's Founders Kit. I sold for 5,000 a set. It's in the link to for $500. It's a giveaway. There's your 1,000 rules and 2 steps. If your credit sucks, get yourself in a rapid rescore. We created Rapid Rescore in 1978, by the way, if you don't know this. In 77, I told them in that meeting, utilization, 21% rules, oldest card. All right, 78, we have a problem with escrows. I came up with granny money. They didn't like granny. They called it gifted money. Okay, no problem. I called it granny money. Somebody has to have a granny. I didn't get one. It's got to be out there. What Rapid does, look at online today, your mortgage company uses it all the time. A rapid refresh actually blocks crap. It'll block your crappy credit, give you 80 points plus, and then you get a new card to reduce your debt ratio. You play teeter totter. You want credit with it or not? Let us know. What do? Well, it's simple. See, your goal is to protect yourself right away. What does this mean? Come on. Let's focus. Can you imagine? Could you imagine you actually wanting to get to the $1 million status? I mean, it's not hard to do. But again, you're going to have a real coach. You can't find one on TikTok. There's no coach besides me. I'm sorry. I don't like blah, blah, blah. Sell me the water. Blah, 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 blah. F your grandma. Oh, my God. These cons have been out there so long. They're howlies. Now they got a real coach. Me. Your LLC got properties. Susie and Peter have 2. They got sued yesterday. They sued the LLC. They sued them. They're both having a problem now. They have literally 600,000 in receivables. They do 300,000 a month. They have 2 houses plus their personal house, and the car and all the stuff. Now they have to give an attorney, a bloodsucker, $10,000. What's going to do for the marriage? Do you understand that marriage has a problem with money and sex? It ruins marriage. Right? I'm hoping Peter doesn't become a Wednesday. That's a husband who used to be married. I wrote a show for Fox years ago, okay, called Divorce Panel. Very simple. Please pay attention. Your choice for you is to not bring the damn thing home ever. Ever. You do it because you don't know what the hell you're doing. You're an amateur hour. These aren't even corporations. The C Corporation, all of this will become an S Corp when we make money because why? The S Corp allows you to have a reasonable compensation. A nonprofit with 3 divisions gives you entitlement of 100,000 plus. Usually it's 112,000 a month. Tell you offset taxes. This is a professional corp. Unfortunately, because you didn't pay attention, the SS5 that you and mommy filled out, simple, gave you your SSN, then you gave it to the employer, you get your paycheck, and they tax your paycheck, you get the leftover. Okay? All right, for 24 years, you have interest. You get the IRS to give you money back on your paycheck, because that's when you file your 1040. See, you'll find out I'm a real damn coach. Been studying Ron County for 50 friggin' years, and I'll take on anybody, knowledge to knowledge, toe to toe. You don't have a real coach on TikTok. They're a bunch of blah, 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 crappa. You got married. Your husband and wife became one. Fantastic. Now you pay more tax. Anybody who gives you a contract, attorney, CPA, anything says and, you cross that sucker off because I said so. Ray Reynolds said so. Godfather credit. Dr. Reynolds, hey, you were Pastor Reynolds. You cross that sucker off. Or you never back your spouse in the damn corner when you're dead. Ridiculous. You drive a car today. Fantastic. You bump a car. A bumpity bump. Then they sue you. Then they sue your spouse. Now you're in a lawsuit and you're going to have to do what? Card. Registered owner. Division. Write it down again and again. I'm willing to sacrifice a division, not corp on my family. Division, corp, family. Banks bankrupt 22,000 local tax since last year. All right, your cities have bankrupt 12 cities so far. Again, this is supply to cash. This is cash credit. You have 3 divisions of yourself, so you should. 3 divisions equals 300,000, 330,000 a month. 6 divisions, 600,000, 60,000 a month. Okay, 9 divisions, 900,000, 100,000 a month. See, numbers never lie. Only people do. I'm sorry, I think most people call it crap. Okay, I wrote a book years ago called "Bullshit Don't Pay Your Bills" because it doesn't. You couldn't bring the pain home. Ridiculous. 9 divisions equals with the parent company $1 million of credit just off on a damn Amex card. Gas aid with store, storage unit, Wendy's, Jack in the Box, Carl's Jr., apartment complex, stock, silver, gold, Bitcoin. It's about damn time you understand even real estate when I was coaching the coaches for Carlton, Sheets, and Jeff Delgado, and Russ Dalby. Hell, you could be a puppet master. Own nothing, control it all. But that's you, not listening to the little coach in front of you. I only brought in 60 billion for my clients over the years of credit. I got my 3.7 billion by the time I what? Simple, 2009. I don't get it. Why do you bring the pain home in the first place? There's something wrong. These don't work or something. I don't get it. I don't understand why you bring the pain home. Now, I'd like to have everybody on the phone. I'd like to do a blueprint call with you. Would that be fun? We talk about past, present, and future. What a concept. We talk about your house, your car, your life. We're going to talk about, did you screw American Express or Chase? Did you ever file bankruptcy? Did you seal the damn record? Do you have a tax problem? Simple. Do you have a family? A wife, dog, and a cat and a fish? Simple. And kids. Corporation or LLC, division process, how many you got? All right, from there. Irrevocable trust, you got one of those yet? Car is division, hell yes. House, escrow, close, homestead, trust, because if you don't do it that way, you lose the house when they sue you and screw you up. Auto income. I wrote Cash Flow Fee for Time in my first series when I was 15 in that book right there. Again, if you want to call with me, it's $1,000. See, people pay me $5,000 an hour and $50,000 a day. Companies all the time. My wife calls it my hobby. I go to the office. I don't get a paycheck. I'm here helping you because I made a promise to Jesus Christ, my Savior. Amen to that too. But understand something. I've had a paycheck for 40 years. I don't want a paycheck. I don't need a paycheck. Do you not understand what's coming out of my mouth? Your problem is the way you're structured. You don't have the structure. There's your future. There's your future. Take a picture. It's about damn time you stop bringing the pain home. Blueprint call with me is $1,000. You want 10,000 credit as a bonus? It's $19.99. There you go. There you go. Simple. $2,000. From here, what do we do? Simple. That's the only way I take payment. You don't want to do it that way? Call the office. Pay more. That's how it works. Okay. Simple. Pay more. Go ahead. See, there's my weekly schedule. I'm online 6 days a week at 3:15 in the morning. I'm up at 1 o'clock every day ready to play. You ready to play? Or you have to get your beauty sleep? All right, Peter, are you that ugly? You need beauty sleep or something? Get up, go get it. Sorry, Peter. Have fun. What do we do? Well, I do this on Mondays. All right, literally, and this is I should have changed the date, Nick. All right, but we do it on Mondays at 4 o'clock. Okay, simple. There's a phone number to call the office today, 800-254-9506. Be assigned a specialist, okay? Because they're gonna hold your hand, sing kumbaya. You can message me, you can DM me, the yellow button on the bottom. You can follow up here, or you can share. That's what happens. You get to play with me. Isn't this fun? Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, you can't write off the Rolex. I have one of the Manchester women for the shit I got. I got the goodies, but I have everything I want. I don't have to work. I do this because I made a promise. Maybe you'll start listening and learning today. I pray to God you do. But the reality is there's no more excuse for you. Okay? How long are you on for? I'm almost done. You're late for the date. What do we get to do? You see, there's no excuse. I was born in a taxi, thrown in a trash can. Kind of sucks. I moved 24 times by the time I'm 11 and a half years old. A lot of crappy people in my life. Being used and abused as a kid, and it sucks. Been shot 3 times. First time was a shotgun, but a assault rifle. It had salt pellets. They shot me in the back, driving my mini bike, in Torrance in the field. He said he was trying to shoot the other guy, tearing up the field. What do? You suggest this person starts with a credit, refresh, or a quote? Uh, do the main and the making do both at the same time. They do refresh for free. Simple, at the same time. And then Linktree is a corporation for you as well. But again, understand, as we do this, as we structure, I still like to do a blueprint with it. So our goal is simple. I've actually been knifed 6 times. Go to school in Torrance and watching all these great areas. Kind of sucks. But guess what? I'm God's example how what you can get through. Do you understand? I went through a coma 7. Last one I got to die in 2009, July 5th, 541 sucks. So much 2.7 billion. Here I am dead. You see, the hospital is mandated by the federal government to bond us at the SS5, SSN, which you never paid attention in the first place. And when we die, they cancel the bond. That's how you play the game. How many banks should you use? Well, the reality is, if you open 2, then you're okay in 45 days. Open 3, they close them all down and check system. Quit trying to jump ahead. Let's focus. Let's learn to blueprint you first before you ask little questions because you have to master these pieces. Master. There's me in 1981. God allowed me to be the highest guy in the tip, 13 feet in the air, fastest shit too. White men do jump. Got it so far? See it, believe it or get it, look at one at 12. What do we do? I like goodies. You like goodies yet? I love goodies. The mansion in the harbor, the big U-Dock helicopter, my beautiful queen, the big building, and the Lamborghini too. Isn't that fun? There's 1,000 step tours and tours if you want to play. Let me know if you want to play. Because I'll show you goodies after goodies after goodies after goodies and goodies, and I'm not the guy full of crap. That's why I wrote a book years ago called Bullshit Don't Pay Your Bills. That's why I'll challenge any person who thinks they're a coach on TikTok. There's no coach out there. Blah, 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 blah. You got a drunk driver and almost killed people named Alex. You got his wife who's an ex-drug dealer. Tell me the water. Help your grandma. I've never seen any crap in my life, but I'm helping people. I'm using them on TikTok. I love just writing checks to radio and TV for years. All right, 50 years. The RayReynoldsUniversity.com. Isn't that fun? UDoc in my backyard at the time. I get to die at 5:41. That kind of sucked. We're in the whole day. You got a choice today to play. Be assigned to a specialist if you want to, and you want to play my way. Because I'll train you 6 days a week. But I will tell you what to do. I'm a bossy guy. I'm going to tell you if you did it right or wrong, you screwed up, do it this way, this way, this way. I don't have time for you to think. You had your chance. Okay? You're 75 years old to 20. You've had your chance and you screwed it up. You men, you brought the pain home, what, 5 to 10 times? Ladies, 4? Hell no. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me, share. And what do? DM. Follow. That's what Nick says, puts a finger. All right, and share. Please share the goodies. You might want to book about credit, winning the credit game, 10, $20. You might want to starting out right, just $10. Wow. You might want to schedule today because that way you can play with me 6 days a week with no excuses. Excuses don't pay your bills. Got it so far? I'm the guy that's going to guarantee everything for you. And if you allow me, I'll do the damn work for you. All right, we'll knock off the crap. You go get the money, you get the honey. Be in the class out of it. Almost sold out anyway. It'll actually be the founding program and give you your classes and courses as well. You get to know me more and play with me for the rest of your life. If you should. Isn't it fun so far? Get your birth certificate. Why? Because I want you to find Martin's maiden. I want you to build a paper trail. I want you to turn around today the SS what? 5 SSN. I want you to quit bringing the damn thing home. Stop it. Stop it. Do not eliminate. Don't use for any purposes. Don't carry with you. It's right there. The SS5 got the SSN. It's in the link tree, by the way. Recycle your paycheck. Your problem is you. Can you imagine? Hey, if you could just master a form or two, but again, your problem has been you since day one. I'm sorry to say, but it's true. You're your worst enemy. Sorry. Your goal is very simple today. We get to play my way. This is SS4, application employee identification number, EIN. I explained to Ted Turner 26 ways to use it, not abuse it. Why don't you write that down? 26 ways to use it, not abuse it. It's a universal form, people, if you don't realize this. Okay? It says entity times 100 chances to try. It says individual person times 3 chances to try. You didn't allow yourself to learn to play. You allowed yourself to bring the damn thing home every day. Yes, I rhyme all the time too, but I wrote some rap songs for some rappers. But I also stutter once in a while, and I don't like that part. Kind of sucks. So again, if we play my way, what do we get to do? I got my LLC, right? Oh, goody. 9 types. Show me what you have. Draw your line. I got an LLP. Fantastic again. I have a C Corp. Fantastic. I have an S Corp. I have a nonprofit P, all right? And I have a PC, Professional Corp. These are your categories, people. That's what you get to do for this form right here. These aren't even corporations. Never have been. If you took basically these pieces here, whatever you have today, make it a management company, management, no problem. Each division will have its own credit file. Each division will have an Experian, Treasury, and Equifax. And if I have 9 divisions, I'm creating what? $1 million of credit. Your problem has been you since day one, your lack of knowledge. I invented division process in 1984, got it approved in all 50 states. You might want to pay attention. But that's up to you again. Your choice is you. You keep bringing the damn pain home. Why don't you stop it? Okay? Why don't we just knock off the crap? And let's understand, we have a corporate umbrella right there. You can protect your assets. If you basically protect your assets, what do you have to do? Every division can be what? A house? Okay, what I trade and I showed Carlson Sheets and did Delgado West Albany people. That could be a house. Here's this house. Here's an apartment complex. Here's my Jack in the Box. Here's my Wendy's. Here's my McDonald's. Here's my basic Carl's Jr. Here's my 31 flavor ice cream. Here's my Subway sandwich place. Oh, that's 9 divisions. 9 divisions. 1 million of credit. 9 locations. Auto income of 100,000 a month. Wow, how hard is that to figure out a month? All right, simple. If you had 3 divisions of yourself, which you're entitled to over here, it's very simple. A division of me makes sense because you have a car today. The car is registered to you. That's called dum da da dum dum. It should be a division. The only thing I'm willing to sacrifice is the division, not the corporation of my family. You get in a bumpy bump today, they will sue you. They will sue your spouse. Now you have a problem called money. No money, no honey. Got it so far? I'd rather bankrupt the division, throw the sucker away like the city's doing the grocery stores and the bank food. But the problem with you, you're not willing to listen yet. These don't seem to work. Unfortunately, that's what happens with most of you. All right, you're too busy scrolling, not changing your life. You have the same rerun every damn day. You have to knock off the crap. There's your future. Take a picture. There's your future. I mean, it's not hard to do, people. My wife reminds me all the time, no one thinks like you, Ray. Oh, honey. Yeah, baby, they should. I don't know why. Corporations, a legal person, they should be sued. Not hard to do. This allows entity, that's 100. There's 3 of you. It says banking and credit purposes right there in the damn form. I had to explain this to Ted Turner when I was 9.5 years old. Here's tax, here's no tax. Wow. We get to play. You get a job, SS5, SSN, they'll tax your paycheck because you gave them the damn number. That's why. All right, you get the leftover. So this is tax, this is not tax. This is Department of Treasury and Internal Revenue Service for corporations. Something goes wrong, it's a division. I get to bankrupt the peace. I get to bankrupt the peace and not hurt my family. What a concept. I don't have to bring the pain home, be a dummy. Sorry. Allows you one of these per division. It allows you a blueprint loan. There's only the system I wrote when I was 14. We play 660 year in business, $3,000 a month income. I get a blueprint loan. Yeah, I could write a check for $81,000, and I just bought an income for $4,100 a month forever, and I built a real legacy for my family. Right, real legacy. That's the thing. Maybe you'll join me on Saturday before it's sold out. We only allow so many people because why? I want to answer good questions. I can't put too many people in there. It's just too much. So take and get your $15 today. Join Patreon. Get those courses, get those classes, get some videos of me, and again, master me. Isn't it fun? We do what? Build your blueprint. Anybody want to build a snowman? Want to build a snowman? You want to stop her feet? Said, let it go. Yeah, fun. That's what they do. Simple. $1,000. You and I on the phone for an hour. I'm going to rebuild your blueprint my way. I don't like your way. Sorry. And then how you do it, that's the way you do it. If you don't do it, then you blew it. It's up to you. I can't force you to do what needs to be done. That's your choice. See, you're trying to do what the rich and famous people don't do. They don't take their parent company to do business. They own businesses. That's how it's done. But you're going to do your way. Good luck. Right now, 99% of businesses fail. Structure builds finance and dream. Always has, always will. So we get to play. Remember, that's your blueprint. If you did it today, take a picture, last longer. Take a picture, last longer. I'm going to be so transparent with you. My way. 50 years, 6 days a week. A real coach. Spend a lot of time since I can walk. I can't find a real coach on TikTok besides me. I don't want to talk about water and blah, blah, blah for grandma. And yeah. Take a picture with a mouse pad. Would you like a black one or a weird rock blue? It's up to you. It's right there. I like having fun. So what do we get to do? We get to play the game and win. The ultimate goal is very simple for you. If you want to get into an escrow, I have 5 billion of those lined up. So I got $10 million allocated. Whee! You have one of those? I do. You want one? Would you like one? Your problem is you. Some clients get stuck. I actually use my petty cash account to unstick people for about 10% of the clients. Here's petty cash for last month. One account's got 247, 62, 100,000, and 54. Simple. 463,000.6 last month in petty cash. You get stuck, nobody screws over my clients. I fight like hell to make sure you don't bring the pain home. Your problem is you. Get a calling card. Get one of these. Play my way because I'm going to say your way sucks. Sorry. We have group coaching with 4 people at a time. We have specialty coaching. We have coaching with me. If I put you in a coaching program, hell, I'm charging you $8,000. Give you 50,000 in credit. Give one of these pieces. You'll pay this back in 90 days usually. From there, 6 months is 11,000. 9 months is 15,000, and 12,000, or 12 months is 20,000. And that sales team better start discounting me. I'm getting pissed off. They're going to quit discounting me after today, or else. Okay, it's simple, isn't it special? Every day, 6 days a week at 3:15 in the morning. I have no excuses. What do? I get my 3 or 4 hours sleep. That's all I need. Let's play my way. If you need your credit back on track, get in a rapid rescore. Smooth it out credit, no problem. Get a blueprint call again and again. $1,000, you and me and your partner of life. I'll build your blueprint for you. I'll make sure you don't screw up anymore. Simple. That's how you do it today if you want the opening. If not, call the office if it's still available. Then you just pay a little more. That's all you have to do. Pay a little more. Why not? If you want 20%, you can be an affiliate as well. We can actually, like Billy did, we got to make our company is doing referrals. Again, that'll be on Monday. Okay, I haven't decided to keep it or not. Keep getting the same people asking the same questions. I told them yesterday. Get new people in that. Come on. Very simple. That's a Monday situation. Follow me on TikTok. Why not? Follow. DM me. Follow. Share with everybody. Help me get to that 100,000 followers because Nick promised me a cookie. If I get 100,000 followers, I'm at 76,000, I think, right now. Maybe 77. I don't know. I lose count. What do we do? Well, you get choice. 800-254-9506. Call the office. Call the office. No. Not till 50. It's only 5:17 in the morning. 5:17 in the morning. That's all it is. Get enough pressure. So again, if you want to play my way, understand, because I'm going to say your way sucks. Sorry, that's what I tell everybody. Your way sucks. Your way sucks. I don't like it. 800-254-9506. DM, follow, share, and get to know me. I'll get to know you. It's fun. I want to play the game. I want to win the game of business. Make sure you sign up for this before today, because the actually real estate class will be sold out, and then you won't be able to get in. Wait, I want to get in. No, we're going to allow so many people. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to go check 19 bank accounts. All right, a bunch of emails as well. And I get to have more fun over there. Guess what? I get to go to the next building. All right, we do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. All right, thank you for joining me today, and have fun with you. Remember, all right, we do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. Never forget at the end of the day, God loves us all. Have a great and blessed day. All right, YouTube. Get to have fun to you. Daddy takes the keeper away. Okay. All right. I like having fun. Call the office. Let's have some fun. Let's play, because you get to do what? I like to help people get past go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. Never forget at the end of the day, God loves us all.